I'm Magda from I'm a Little Creature. In this Amigurumi workshop, I'd like to show you a small version of Rabbit Dude, patterned by LittleOwlsHut. In my latest video, I told you about Big Rabbit Dude, and now it's time for the small version. I translated the pattern into Polish and it's available in LittleOwlsHut Polski Etsy shop. You see all the parts, and here you see the first page of the pattern. The designer Svetlana Pertseva, skill level, experienced, information about this pattern, materials and tools section. There are two versions of this small rabbit. The first version, crochet hook 1.5 mm or any suitable size for a selected yarn, main yarn Alpina, you may read this, and for eyes 2 black beads 2 mm diameter, or you may make the eyes with a polymer clay for the whites, and the second version with a crochet hook 0.75 mm, Semenovskaya yarn, 2 black beads 1 mm, and dental floss for needle sculpting. And the finished size of these rabbits, the bigger is 20 centimeters without ears, and the small rabbit 11 centimeters without ears, using the materials stated in the pattern. Here is the bigger and the smaller rabbit, pattern in USA terminology. In the end of the pattern you will find the instructions how to make the sailor. So if you want to make the sailor, read the instruction firstly before you start the rabbit and mark the changes on the pattern. As for my rabbit, I used yarn Drops Baby Merino, you see these colors, and a crochet hook 1.75 mm. The colors, I give you these colors and numbers. This off-white, beige, light beige, brown, heather and light sea green. Firstly, the designer recommends you to crochet a swatch to check if your rabbit will be the same size as in the pattern. I didn't crochet the swatch. In the end, I will tell you what is finished size of my toy. In the pattern there is also a tip how to stuff the parts of the rabbit. You may stuff the small parts like fingers, using the yarn tails from the beginning and the end of the piece, and for long parts like limbs you may thread a double length of the yarn down to the bottom of the limb and back up again, so it's quite stiff. And when you change colors there's also end yarns, so they may fill these limbs. Firstly, I crochet the tail and stuffed it, and you don't have to align the marker while crocheting the tail. Now you see the tail is joined to the body. I joined it later while crocheting the body, but firstly I crocheted the tail. Then I started the arms. It was separate parts, then I joined them together. So I started crocheting the arms with fingers. I crocheted 8 fingers, 4 for each hand, and there is no need to align the marker. I stuffed the fingertip softly, as stated in the pattern, and then didn't stuff. Look at these little fingers. I didn't fasten off the third finger because then I started to join the fingers into a hand, and the marker goes at the center of the palm from the middle finger. You have to make shift stitches to keep the marker straight. In the pattern you will find detailed schemes how to join the fingers into the left and right hand. I joined the thumb by crocheting single crochet, hooking through the stitches of the thumb and the hand, and then along the worked stitches of the thumb in next round. I stuffed the hand slightly and didn't stuff any further. Then I crochet the leg. Firstly, I made 6 toes, 3 for each foot. You don't have to keep the markers straight. Each toe has different size, big, middle, little, so I had to make the knot after crocheting each toe to avoid the mistake. I didn't fasten off the little toe and then joined the toes into a foot. Marker goes along the side of the foot from the little toe and you have to make shift stitches to keep it straight. I used different colors to make stripes, but I changed colors as stated in the pattern. The designer recommends not to keep the marker straight while crocheting the arms and legs because it adds much to the rabbit's charm. After crocheting the right leg, I didn't fasten off because I continued the body. The marker runs up the center back of the body and you have to make shift stitches to keep it straight. The body is stuffed firmly. So to make the body, I started from inner part of the right leg, and while joining legs I had to make shift stitches on the right leg before joining to the left leg because my legs were a bit twisted and I had to adjust their position. You see, pointed forward, and the bigger rabbit legs could be pointed forward as I choose, or on this side. Or probably you may do this with the smaller version too, but I chose pointed forward. And you will have to place new round marker, so follow the instructions and schemes in the pattern how to join both legs. While crocheting the body, I joined the tail, hooking through the stitches of the tail and the body. And before joining the arms, make sure that the marker is placed in the center back of the body. The arms are joined in round 28, hooking through the stitches of the arm and the body. You see the mouth, inner mouth. Before crocheting the head, I crocheted this inner mouth and ears firstly, but now you see it's everything joined because I joined it while crocheting the head. For inner mouth I used pink yarn art jeans, but I used 3-ply and I removed one thread of this yarn art jeans to make the yarn thinner, adjusted to my main yarn Drops Baby merino and crochet hook 1.75 mm. Then I crocheted the ears. You don't have to keep the marker straight, ears are not stuffed. You can crochet shorter or longer ears. I chose shorter ears. I crocheted the ears to round 38 and then continued from round 48, as written in the pattern. I didn't fasten off the second ear and continued crocheting the head. Firstly, I joined the ears, hooking through the stitches of the first and the second ear and placed new round marker. The marker goes from the top of the head along the center front to the mouth. You have to make shift stitches. I also placed additional markers, a piece of yarn in different colors required for needle sculpting. The first one in this my head is red, the second one blue, third beige on both sides, fourth pink, 5 is green in the center, and 6 is yellow. And you see also the neck marker, orange. The inner mouth, here we have the inner mouth. Inner mouth is crocheted together with the head, hooking through the stitches of the mouth and the head in round 28. The head is stuffed not so firmly because I have to needle sculpt it later. You see also the nose. Nose is stuffed, made with this heather color. eyes and eyelids, not stuffed. I made the eyes with white Alizabella, and dental floss is wrapped around the middle of the eyes to divide the eyes in two. This whites you can make also with a polymer clay, but I crocheted the whites. Then I placed the eyes into crochet one eyelid, and I used brown yarn for sewing the eyes and shape the eyelids. And for the eyes I need to sew the little bits. I'll probably choose this black little bits. Teeth in two versions. The second one is made by Valeria Zemhugova, and I hope I pronounced it properly. So choose the version you like. I need to look at the rabbit after needle sculpting and see which version to use. I tell you later. So I have all the parts, and what is to do next? I need to sculpt the head, sew the face details, attach the head to the neck in this point, and stuff the neck firmly. So see you later, and I go back to work. My rabbit is finished. Look at him. So I needle sculpted the head regarding the marked points. I used beige yarn, the same as for the head for needle sculpting. I sewed the eyes, nose, teeth. I chose the first version by LittleOwlsHut for the teeth. I sewed black beads for pupils. I could add bigger pupils if I had, but I didn't have bigger pupils, bigger beads, so I sewed these little bits. Pupils can also be embroidered. I sewed the neck to the head, stuffed the neck firmly and attached this head in this position. Everything is described in the pattern. The chin should be aligned with the shoulders when viewed from the side. The finished size of my toy is similar to this toy in the pattern. My rabbit is approximately 21 centimeters tall without ears, and with ears approximately 30 centimeters. Thank you for watching. I recommend you to crochet this cute little rabbit dude. Subscribe my channel, my blog. You will find the links in video description. See you in next videos, tutorials and amigurumi workshop. Bye!